Welcome back to more Lord of the Rings Online. Let me get straight into the action. The Black Serpent fell by Theoden King's sword. Victory is close at hand.
Yes.
There are many of the enemy encircling our hold on this ground. We must defeat some of them if we are to press on. Let us push through their numbers and break their rank. Okay, so I need to kill 10 more. Alright, I can do that. Let me try to gather up a bunch of these. Oh no, they're not aggroing on me anymore. I leveled up. I didn't even notice. Yeah, I didn't notice that I leveled up, so now they don't aggro. That's okay. I will manually kill them. I think that was a good level for me to do that instance at. It was challenging. I had a death. I had a couple of close calls, but I was able to do it without too much frustration. One day I do have to come back and do it on level for the tier 2 challenges. Right now I'm just focused on keeping the series going. So many orcs. That is 7. I need a couple more here. Alright, and we are done with that. Let me get out of the battlefield here. Okay.
What is it then?
Word from the Rohirrim captains is that we are pushing south. I am sure we will get separated, but perhaps we will fight together again upon this battlefield. Keep your wits about you, my friend. Okay, so now I think I need to continue with this. And then hopefully he'll get me to the next instance.
For Rohan and for Theoden!
Let's go.
The Rohirrim have taken the field, and the armies of Mordor cannot stand against us.
For glory and honor, let us ride to Theoden King and make safe the fields before the city.
To the king!
Absolutely epic. Man. I can't get over what a great job they did here with Pelennor.
Eolingus, to me, fear no darkness.
Be gone, carrion lord. Leave the dead in peace.
Come not between the Nazgul and his prey. You will know worse things than death in the Chamber of the Eye.
It is nothing to me. Still, I will hinder you.
Say you so. No living man may hinder me.
But no living man am I. You look upon a woman. Eowyn I am, daughter of Eomund. You stand between me and my lord and king. Begone, if you be not deathless. I will smash you if you touch him. Ah!
Very cool, man. I'm so loving this. This is spectacular. Guard Theoden during his last moments.
Farewell, Master. Very dark. I go now to my father's. Even in their mighty company, I will not now be ashamed.
Forgive me for breaking your command, my lord.
It is forgiven when you sit in peace with your pipe. Think of me, but where is Eomer? He must be king after me, and I would send word to Eowyn. She did not want me to go.
My lord, she is...
Theoden nods at you weakly, desiring to speak. I have come to the end of my road, Kippen, but Rohan will go on. Theoden nods weakly. Pick up the banner where it fell and give it to Eomer. He must lead now. Eomer silently takes the banner from you and lifts it to the sky.
Hail, King of Mark. Ride now to victory. Bid Eowyn farewell.
Mourn not overmuch. Mighty was the fallen, and so true was his ending. We will weep when his mound is raised. Leowina will make a song of the dead, for they will never be forgotten. Theoden, king. Leowina. How can this be? Eowyn? Eowyn, how came you to be here? What devilry is this? Death, 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 death take us all. Death, ride to ruin. Death! 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 Death!
I mean, I don't know how many times I can say it, but just spectacular work from the game development team. You can tell they put a lot of passion into this. These are people who cared. They care about Lord of the Rings, they care about the lore, they care about the work, and I think they have done a great and faithful job. I just wanted to show my appreciation there. Good stuff, man.
This is a terrible day for Rohan.
The deeds of Theoden were mighty, even on his last day of life, but the kingdom will feel his loss keenly, and to lose the Lady Eowyn in such a fashion, my mind reels at the horror of it, and does not wish to think of the road that brought her to this place. Did none know she joined the ranks? Did no one speak against it? It is too much to bear. My heart follows her brother on this reckless charge into the ranks of the enemy. May he rise from this death, madness, before he does himself some harm. He must be king now. Rohan cannot lose him too.
The men of Rohan need someone to lead them.
Theoden is slain and Eomer has charged past the lines and is lost to us. The men of Rohan need someone to lead them, and they will be seized by the same despair that has sapped my own courage, paltry as it is. Where is Elfhelm? Find him, and he may help to bolster the courage of the Rohirrim at this critical juncture. Let us see what is going on here. Kippen, I wish we could meet again under more ideal conditions. The tone is grim. Here and our forces dwindle. You must have heard of King Theoden's passing. If misery has a face, it is surely this battle. Still we press on.
Well, what is it then?
I have just gotten word that there is fighting within the city walls, and I have seen a felled beast circle over the city. Kippen, you know the city much better than most. Take to Minas Tirith what warriors you can muster. We must protect Denethor. If the line of the Sturge breaks, all hope is lost for Gondor. I wish to stay here and to fight by the side of the men of Rohan. Quickly now. So Silent Street is a large fellowship quest.
Leowina speaks the truth in this.
Leowine is a bard and no warrior, but he speaks the truth in this. The death of Theoden will affect the Rohirrim greatly. Will they despair and cast down their weapons, as the bard believes, or will they respond with anger and vengeance, as Eomer has done? My son Elfmar has followed Eomer's course and fights with renewed vigor. The enemy is massing to the northeast and to the south of King's End, Kippen. Scout those camps and slay any enemies you find. The death of that terrible specter, for I deem it was death, may have cast our foes into disarray and confusion. I hope it is so. Alright, let me kill some enemies here. What am I fighting? I got a scout and defeat foes. I'm assuming this warg counts. It does indeed. Let me make my way towards the quest ring. Bodies litter the field. The orcs, Haradrim, Rohirrim, and Gondorians. I like how this is done. I love the way this battlefield is instanced and you kind of make your way through it, and then there are instances that you partake in. I think it's very cleverly done. It must be so difficult to try and capture the epicness of the Battle of Pelennor Fields within a game, especially on an engine from 2007. And I really can't complain about what they've done here. You have found the riders who now look much worse for wear.
Thank you for your help.
Many have we felled already, but many still remain. The Thanes and Reeves of Rohan battle nearby, slaying all that rush to the aid of that vile wraith. The loss of our king weighs heavily on us all, but still we are spurred on. I know not if this day shall bring us victory, but I am certain that our traitor shall soon move to reunite with an agent of the enemy. When he does, Kippen, I shall be swift. For even if my ending should come this day, I shall not allow that warrant to escape my axis. Lothdog shall be avenged, I swear it.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
My heart is heavy with the loss of Theoden King. I wish I could have done more to aid him, but I saw how his men were cast aside like grass on the plains. The vile power of those wraiths is unlike anything I have ever seen, and yet they too can be felled. I shall not despair, not while the men of Rohan and Gondor still fight as one. Here, take Lothdog's spear. He named it Rented, and it seems fitting that it should be laid at the site where our king met his end. Alright, let me go back. Actually, I kind of want to... Let me go to that north spot first. Still have to kill a few more enemies, so let me keep working on that. The battle rages as deadlier forces from Mordor take the field. Only killed 4? Alright. Now let me go back to the southwest. I'll go through the battlefield here so I can hopefully slay a few more enemies. There are some invisible walls here, understandably. Let me get this raider. Man, the fell beast's head. It's pretty grisly. Alright, let me lay down the spear here. You have planted the spear and honored Leofdog's memory. Need 5 more here. Let me turn in this quest real quick, though. Look at these orcs running away from the battle. Go join the battle, you fool. I'd be mad if I was an orc commander and I saw these guys just chilling here.
What brings you to these lands?
To see Leofdog's spear planted near the site of our king's fall brings me joy. May they ride together into legend. Yet for the rest of us, it is a sorry day, Kippen, and the battle is not yet done. Let us press the attack now, and mourn for those who have fallen when our foes are driven from the fields.
Will you aid the Rohirrim?
Kippen, Reeve Fastred also seeks this Krumgam. He would have us come together to seek out the sorcerer and Leofdog's murderer. He spoke of the sorcerer's arrival in the Sutcrofts not long ago, and of his vile designs to unmake the Eastemnet before the war came to the Hornburg. Fastred harbors a wild ire, but we must proceed carefully if he speaks true of Krugum's power. For my part, I shall balk not at a chance to avenge my fallen friend, but the enemy's power must not be underestimated. Fastred wishes to speak with you before we depart. Tarry not, for this opportunity shall not long last. So that is at King's End. I have no idea where that is. Over here, maybe? Yeah. Kippen, what a time for our paths to cross once again. I can think of no better warden to join me and the riders in this task. Remember you, that foul man, Krugum? He sought to break apart my family and defile the lands of the Sutcrofts, but we drove him from the very heart of Snowbourn. But nay, he did not die. Such are evil things that they slink away until the day favors them. Oh, but he is mistaken, my friend, for I shall lay my vengeance upon him. He has found himself emboldened amid this onslaught of the enemy and came forth when the Wraith felled King Theoden. He has since traveled south, and I have kept his trail. One of our kinsmen also slipped away with his forces and remained unharmed. If that is not the man you and your fellows seek, I know not who else it might be. Come with us, my friend. Let us end these treacherous men. So, I don't know if I should do that just yet. Give me a second. Let me finish killing some enemies here. Let me kill 3 more. I'm kind of getting pulled in a few directions because it looks like there are a few instances here. I'm trying to stay organized. Let me find a couple more here. Come on, orcs. Show yourselves. Need 1 more. Anyone who wants to die? Guess that warden does. Alright, finally, that is all 12. Let me talk to Elfhelm. My son has fallen. A fearsome Olog-hai smashed through the ranks, and he crushed Elfmar where he stood in defiance. With every swing of its blood-drenched weapon, the terrible creature cried its name aloud. Thrugroth. He bellowed over and over. I can still hear its name echoing in my head without end. Thrugoth, slayer of my beloved son. Elfmar, I will avenge you. I will make them pay for the hurt that they have caused and send them fleeing into the darkness of death with our curses echoing in their ears. In the name of Theoden King and Elfmar my son, I will not rest until every last orc is slain, and until Thrugoth chokes upon his own name and cries it no more. A great cry goes up from the direction of King's End. Okay. So, let me see what happened here. You see Horn standing where Theoden fell. He may know what transpired.
I've lost many friends today.
Oh, Kip, and I am glad to see you. I have lost many friends today already, and the sun is not yet high in the sky. There will be more dead. You hear sorrow in Horn's voice, and something else. Tired resignation, dangerous acceptance. You ask him what the sudden commotion was a moment ago. It was a frightening thing. Men were bringing the bodies of Theoden and Eowyn to the city where they will lie in peace. We watched from afar during a brief respite, and saw that the group carrying the bodies of our dead were nearly to the city gates. But before they could enter, a Nazgul flew down from above and sought to seize the body of Theoden. We cried in dismay to see it, for we were much too far away to prevent it. That was the sound that you must have heard. Even as we despaired, there was a great flash and the Nazgul was thwarted. Gandalf turned it aside and the bodies of our dead were safely brought within the city. But it was a close thing. How much grief can those wraiths inflict that might top what they have already? I would have said no more, but it seems that there is no end to their ravening hate. How can we hope to survive this day? I do not know if I have the will to continue fighting Kippen, Theoden King, Lady Owen, so many others.
Listen not to Horn's despairing words. They are only on the surface.
I do not think highly of wizards, but Gandalf did right by Theoden King to protect the body from the wraith's foul intentions. Our dead have been brought within the city, and we will mourn them when the fighting is done. Listen not to Horn's despairing words, for they are only on the surface. He has some solid core as I have, though I might not have said this a week ago. He will be fine. He has already slain more orcs than I have fingers on one hand, and more will join them in the ground by the end of the battle. I doubt it not.
The armies of Mordor must have another commander.
The enemy forces were being led by the wraith that killed Theoden and Lady Eowyn. If the armies of Mordor were going to flee in the wake of its death, they would have done so already. I think they must have another commander, Kippen, and he has seized control of the enemy forces. Several Gondorian soldiers are resting from combat to the north of here. Go to them and see what they have learned, if anything, of the enemy's organization. The fighting has been fierce, Kippen, and my blood is raised. Hirluin, here, and even broken a sweat. And I dare say some of his pretty hairs might shortly be mussed. I will need my own bottle of Baron's blood, the wine of our youth, to quench this thirst when the fighting's done. A quick moment of respite to catch our breath, and then we will go once more into the fray. I have not seen any sign of a new commander among the enemy forces, but I doubt not that there must be one. The armies of Mordor still press the attack. If they were leaderless, they surely would run.
We must sweep the enemy from the field.
They did not know what evil force now leads the armies of Mordor. It does not matter, for we will sweep them from the field, whether commanded or leaderless. We must return to combat, Kippen. Speak with me when you are ready to wade once more into battle. Alright, so I think this is a good stopping point for this episode. In the next one, I'm probably going to do the instance, one of the Pelennor instances for Wrath and Ruin, Chapter 3 here. So, that's what you have to look forward to. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.